T-Mobile and Sprint are joining forces to build America's largest and most reliable 5G network. With more towers and more engineers, you'll get the best 5G network and the best prices. Welcome to T-Mobile.
Scary for Gator and Hawk, who probably have about 250 health points between them. Yaki's on the high ground, has Blinks, has recall. You gotta pressure them away. Remember how long it takes for Sigma and Orisa to get back to the point. So creating a stagger in a 1v2 like that secures the round for the Mayhem. And now we head downtown. One of these teams is about to go to Browntown. Let's see if the Florida Mayhem can maintain this momentum.
So Kodak switched to the break about probably like towards the end of that round, and then comes out this time and they'll run the Zen again. So they really want the Zen for the output. If Yaki becomes too much to deal with though, I wouldn't be surprised if they go back to the break, but it's a good start for the Atlanta Reign. They pick up 4 kills, they pick up 5. Nobody falls for them either, as they're gonna be able to take the point.
Yeah, that's that risky Zen at work, Matt. The Atlanta Reign have they can just barrel a ton of damage directly at the Mayhem here, and if they're not really set up, I mean, you have Zen Orbs, you have Sticky Bombs, you have a ton of nice things to use there. But after that front loader burst is done, the fight goes longer. That's when the enemy brig starts to get more value. The quick fights are a good fight for Atlanta Reign.
Once the enemy brig gets close into brig's effective range, that's when the brig becomes effective. So Atlanta needs to invest to get these early fights and shield advantages.
When brig gets into effective range, she becomes effective. Yaki needs to be effective at all ranges right now, though, as he's taking Gator very low.
It was a nice way of saying she becomes unkillable.
Yeah, I like that. No, I get it, yeah. An effective brig is an unkillable one. That makes a lot of sense based on what we've seen from top brigs in the past. The Reign back up to the point, though. They take more damage than they would have liked early from Yaki, but the Mayhem give them enough time to kind of recover, and now they have a amplification matrix from Dogman, but BQB doesn't give a damn! Wow! Dynamite thrown in, Hawk gets rolled, and Bob, it's just Bob. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Bob. You didn't deserve that, man.
He doesn't contribute much of anything. Doesn't even contest the point.
He didn't get to decide where he came out. It wasn't his fault that he got used in a losing scenario, man.
You see how devastating like a good dynamite, like even like some headshot damage after. Like you can notice when you have a good halt dynamite combo, when you see like the ult percentage of these ashes jump up by like 20-30% in a short period of time. Like the number just flies up out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's big, especially for Bob. Hawk now. Nice gravitic flux. The Mayhem again struggling with this like early initial burst that the Mayhem are able to deal out. Now Edison copies a Sigma. I mean, he doesn't even need to use really this gravitic flux, and so it's quite frivolously thrown into the mix here. He doesn't care. He's going to come out as Echo and start just zooming around the map, just putting people down with the focusing beam. He's good. He's happy.
In for the Florida Mayhem as well.
Deja vu. Yaki lingers at the end of a fight. Fights off more than you think he could shoot, but turns out his mandibles are awfully effective.
peel the plastic off. What is up? How's it going? So today we're gonna do something kind of fun. I've got the Mayhem streaming over here. Obviously, I can't show it, copyrights, etc. So if you hear some of that volume in the background, that's what it is. So we've got that planned. But what I'm gonna do today, while I'm trying to watch the Mayhem, that's right, Mayhem, play is right now we are playing against. It should be against the Atlanta Reign. Just love the fact that it stays up top there. Yeah, so we're playing against them. Right now we're up 1 map to 0. First to 3 wins, and we are looking really strong. So go Mayhem. But what we're gonna do, kind of a cool little thing that we're gonna do today. I have a bunch of art that I used to have posted up. No Vass. So Vass over on Twitch is saying Atlanta greater than Florida. That's a big no. But we've got some art that I've collected over time, and at different conventions I've gone to. And I used to have them up on the wall, and I had like 20, 30 pieces up on the wall. And when I moved, decided that I'm not going to put up all those frames anymore. And now we want to put different things in those frames. So that means that we've got to take everything out of the frames. And I did get, finally got a new portfolio. So the portfolio, this particular one is 11 by 17. That is the size of most of the art that I'm going to be putting in there. So on occasion I'll have some art that's a little bit smaller. I don't think I have anything in the frames that's smaller. So we're going to zoom out a little bit here so we can see the whole portfolio. We are also, later on, and so I'm going to actually probably stop and start the stream because we're going to do a Funko unboxing later on today. So that ought to be super exciting as well. If you see me wipe my hands with a towel, it is because I want to make sure that I'm not getting the paper, because everything's on print. I want to make sure I'm not getting that wet because I don't want to ruin them. And at the same time, I get thirsty. So it's hot. I'm in Florida. We got the air on. We got the fan going. But still hot. So I'm going to be sliding everything into here. What I thought would be cool is that as I pull them out, I'll be able to show you. I'll show you the first one, and then while I am taking the first one. Oh, great. So we got the light from the top. So let's turn this light off. I think that's going to... There we go. Yeah. All right. That looks nice. So this particular one, I know it's going to be a little bit sideways for you. I will turn it this way. Let's see if we can get at least part of it in there. Probably not because of how everything is set up. So this is Mickey as Wolverine. I'll tell you what. Let's go even taller. You're going to see a little bit of my floor. I'm okay with that. It's fine. You'll see my feet. Good old no sock glue today. Yeah, so we're just going to keep raising the roof here. So raise it up a little more. There we go. So, and we'll adjust the lights a little bit just so we get some nice color on there. Yeah, so this is Mickey as Wolverine. One of the really cool things about this particular one is that my dad is a huge fan of Mickey Mouse. Being in Florida, you either love or hate Disney, and so we're a family that likes Disney. And then with the crossover to Wolverine, and he just looks tough, looks pretty badass. So as I put this one into the portfolio, I'm going to go ahead and pull the next one out. Let's see what this next one is. All right. Yeah. This next one's really nice too. So this is obviously it's Harley Quinn and Deadpool. Harley Quinn and Deadpool there. I mean, come on. That's not it's not a bad thing. Let's see. VR chat categories. Let's see if I can get Restream to get me over there. That's a good idea. This way. Move under the categories. Let's go. Yep, something fell over the other side. Yeah, okay, so we can switch it over into VR chat. That we can do. If we update all, yep, it's gonna. There we go. So we're updated on there. So hopefully that'll push us over to the VR chat category. Good call, that's definitely appreciated. Let's see. I think that stopped there. I got a couple of things that are going on right now too. Yeah, I think they stopped doing some of that. Alright. It's a good deal. So I've got a couple things running, a couple things I'm looking at. But again, so we got Harley Quinn. By the way, none of this is for sale. It's just my personal collection. And like I said, I'm in need of utilizing the frames for something else. I actually have more of the frames. 2 houses ago, I had a ton of wall space. I was also single. So, ton of wall space, single. Yeah, I bought a whole bunch of these 11x17 frames. And, you know, apparently I'm not allowed to have all the artwork for the whole house anymore. And again, now that we've bought this house and we're not renting, I don't want to put holes in the wall. So, we need to put these somewhere. We're going to stack these over here. So, again, kind of what I'm doing. I've got a portfolio. I showed it the other day of a bunch of art. And what I will do eventually is actually go back through and do all the art stuff again. I just think it's cool periodically to put it out there. And while we're doing this, let me put this one away again. The whole idea is to not damage anything. So we're going to take Mickey, we're going to put him in here. Now, I've got to go get the other frame back again. One thing that I did whenever I put everything into the frames, or at least a majority of them, I put notes in the framing that would indicate what year, what convention I was at that I got it from. So I recommend that to anybody. It's really good to kind of know right where you got it from. It's kind of a little nostalgia purpose. I don't know if this one had it though. So I'm looking at it. I'm going to show you everything behind me. This one did not. All right. No. Some do, some don't. There was a certain point where there's a certain time when I decided to do it, and from that point forward, they are. But if it's not, it's not. It is what it is. Spiderweb's on the mic. So, all right. So this one's the next one that's going to come out, and really should put more tables around here. But we'll make it work. So let's see, what do we have here? Oh, this one. Another one of my favorites. So the one, there was a point where I bought, and I had to pick through, and I said, okay, these are the ones I want to put on the wall, these are the ones I don't. And so a lot of the ones that obviously are going to come out of this box are ones that I'm just a huge fan of. Oh, and one other thing, if you look, this particular one is signed by the artist. And so, while it's a print, it's not an original. The print itself was signed by the artist at the convention. So super awesome. This Jessica Rabbit, one of my kind of favorite characters out there. I think she is. Look, it was a real life and Toon movie together. Great technology use at the time. For what it was. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? And look, dude, you can't go wrong with a Jessica Rabbit. Just saying. So, yeah, some of these were a couple houses ago, and I just never took out the frames. That's why they don't have the identification on it. So, let's put Deadpool and Harley away. Again, really cool that the artist was there to be able to sign it. Really like the style of that one as well. Again, if you go to conventions, if you buy any of the prints, and obviously if you buy an original, it's going to cost quite a bit, right? At times. And definitely I recommend, if it's in your budget and something that you want, do it. For me, I'm usually pretty good with prints. both the artist, Prince, and Prince for these types of activities. So let's jump over here real quick.
The Mayhem had a chance to pull a San Francisco shock against the Dallas, where everyone's trying to replicate that moment. Quite the jaw dropper. Mayhem, though, didn't quite have what they needed to make it happen. Pulse spot from Edison would have really hurt. Greater mortality field thrown in, there was plenty of healing to follow it up. Now Yaki drops in from the high ground, looking for Baby, but doesn't choose to go for the pulse spot yet. It's not a secure kill, and he was worried about it putting into roaming close to the Ash. This is quite like what we used to see from the Mayhem at the McCree rig combo.
So I'm actually just posting in one of the Facebook groups that I'm in on, letting them know that we're going to do the mystery unboxing a little bit later, but right now we've got the Mayhem on. They are just looking like they're doing great. Mystery unboxing after this. Alright, so, and the cool thing is we've got 6 mystery boxes to open up. And again, so hot. And I'm talking so much, I'm thirsty. Alright, so let's see what we got coming up after this one. Again, things are kind of heavy in here. Oh, alright, this one is perfect for right now. Vast, this is one of the characters you used to play a bunch of, and you actually play a fair amount of her now as well. Tracer from Overwatch. So, for those that know, I'm a big Overwatch fan, and I finally had the opportunity at one of the conventions to get some Overwatch art, and I was looking for it, found some, and picked some of it up. So we've got I think there's 3 or 4 Overwatch pieces that we're going to look at. Yeah, and I've got more. I think I showed the other ones before. Because you can only put so many up. So I believe there's going to be a May and probably a Widow, because I had a couple of each of those for different ones. Maybe a Junkrat too, but I can't remember. Probably a Diva. But we're going to put Jessica Rabbit away into her new home. So, yeah, and I tell you, I feel like this particular view, so it's the pop view again with the camera that's kind of right now a little bit higher, but I believe that color-wise, I think the artwork pops. And now this is just about trying to fit everything in here without. Right, don't want to damage the corners. Ooh. I love when the left side of the feed right now with the Mayhem versus Atlanta, the left side's all pink. So for those that are wondering, hey, why do you have the yellow? Why do you have the old McDonald's colors? Oh, first season jersey. Okay, first season. I've got another one. It's got my name on the back of it, and okay, I'm an OG fan. I go back to the inaugural season. So, all right, what do we got next? Tell you what, let's do this. Let's move this out of the way. I think there's a smarter way to do this. Okay. And what you hear over here on the side, it just sounds like stuff just a wreck. Everything, when I packed it, obviously to protect, because it's glass. All right. Well, great. This one's really cool too. This one again was signed by the artist, and the artist. So the signature's down here at the bottom. The artist actually apologized. That, I'm sorry, this one's not cut, because he had cut other ones, kind of almost cut the bleed. And I told him, I said, no, 11 by 17 is perfect. That is the exact size that I need because of the frames that I have. So there are. I have to come across a couple frames that already don't have anything else. So what I would like to do is to actually put a bunch on the stand there, and then I could just pull them off one at a time instead of going back and forth. That's a really cool one here. So we're gonna put this one on top of these guys. All right, so right now we're up 2-0, Florida Mayhem. And for those that are wondering, like, hey, why do you keep saying we're up? You know, you're not playing. Well, because I'm supporting. So, too bad you don't like it. Yaki's a dirty cool tracer. Yes, he is. All right. So, yeah, this is just going to keep stacking up. Like I said, I've got a bunch of these. These were all, again, hanging at one point in my old house. I did put that in a frame. That's awesome. Actually, there's something that's going to come up that I'm going to keep in a frame. Because that is going to make the wall. Oh, we got a fun one there. I'm hiding a couple while I'm flipping them over. So, let's see. Let's see what else we've got here. Yep, alright. Again, kind of putting these in the order I want them in. And we are going super high. We're going to move the camera up on here. Alright. Can't really go that much higher without moving the legs. So, that's alright. We're learning as we go, right? So how far down can we go where you can see everything? I think right about there. Sweet. Alright, so this particular one, as you can tell, right? It's got, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. I really like the detail in this, and a buddy of mine who first introduced me to going to MegaCon. So I've been to MegaCon, I've been to Florida SuperCon, was it Treasure Coast Comic Con? So I've been to several, most of them obviously in Florida. But the person who introduced me to it, this was actually by an artist that he gets something from almost every year. And so again, the artist was there, was able to sign the print, which was great. So, and I really like this. I'm a big fan of. I don't follow all of the lore, right? I'm not. I didn't read all the comic books. I didn't, do that. So when it comes to the heroes and characters that I'm familiar with, it's a lot of the pop ones, right? I'm not the guy who's gonna go, oh, what about this character in this, 7th edition? Not it. So this is one of the things that you'll see on here. So this is the identifier of the last one was Tracer, and I got that one in 2017 at MegaCon. So those are the notes that I'll have, and the ones after at a certain point when I started putting them in frames and everything. Just started writing down where I got them from. Frame's not quite perfect, but that works. So we will put Tracer, and then I actually slide that note in behind the piece of art, so that way it stays with it. And right now we're at halftime. The Mayhem are up at the moment, 2 maps to 0. All right. I hope we have enough pages in here for what we need to do today. But if not, we will just order another portfolio. I think these are great because they're light enough on their own. They're malleable enough. You can kind of move them around. You don't have to. It's not like the hard case where you go jam it in somewhere. So for the purposes that I use it, I think it works out great. All right, and again, it is warm in here. So I actually did a video right before this. A buddy of mine who does some stuff on Snapchat. He'd asked, "Hey, do I know anybody that plays trombone?" And I was like, "Well, look, if it has to sound good, I can find somebody for you. But otherwise, I played at one point in time. I've got a couple trombones here at the house. Let me, I can run it for you." And so, so there's a thing he wanted to do. He's going to clip some stuff together. And so when he gets that going, I'll probably put it out there, you know, tag it into some stuff. All right, let's see what's next. Which one? All right. So next up, so Vass, if you're still out there, I think you'll like this next one. Since I know you've been catching up on the whole series, that is Rick and Morty, right? So from Rick and Morty, and you've got Rick as the Joker, and then Morty as Batman. And there's a Plubis there, and then you've also got the portal gun. And this was one of the ones I saw, and I was like, "Oh, that's really neat." We've got the signature down there at the bottom. One of the things that when you go to the cons, sometimes they'll say, "Hey, you know what? For an extra whatever, we'll sign." But a lot of times, if the artist is there, from what I've seen in my experience, if they're there, they're happy to sign, right? You're buying something from them. They're going to autograph it. It's a print. Look, these probably cost them maybe $1.50, you know, $1, $2 to actually just print, and you're probably going to spend anywhere from $5 to $20 on it. So for them to just put the, you know, a quick signature on it, it's nice of them, and I think that it means a little bit. You know, for me, whenever I have it, I think it's pretty cool. But yeah, so this is Rick and Morty as Batman and the Joker, and I think it's appropriate that they have Rick as the Joker, right? Rick's not really Batman. Batman kind of is tries to take in other people's lives and stuff into consideration, and I think the Joker to a point does. You know, maybe unpopular opinion. I think he does take it into consideration, but at the same time, for what his bigger plan is, he just accepts the fact that there's going to be loss, and I think Rick does the same thing as you're looking at Rick and Morty. Rick just accepts the fact, look, there's going to be loss, it's fine. This one is definitely 11 by 17 all day. And we are just trying to bend it enough without bending it too much. Come on. All right, don't want to crease. There we go. Yeah, some of these are cut like precise. But let's get in there, and we are good. Sweet. So let's see what we got next here. I'll keep digging down in this pile and put another pile up. Which one's next? Oh, okay. Yeah. So the next one, I like this one too. Again, another one that's signed. And I'm trying to remember if I got this from the same artist that I got the Mickey, the Wolverine Mickey. So. What we got here, you got Snoopy, and, you know, he's Batman, obviously. If you remember, Snoopy is a Red Baron, and, you know, so he'll go around as you know, and fight the Red Baron. Well, in this case, very similar, except he's on the Batmobile. So, sweet. This one had a marking. Rick and Morty as Joker. That was from Florida SuperCon 2018.
When it comes to the playstyle, certainly so. When it comes to compositions, not so much. I mean, allow me to go full Bren for a second, okay? Right. So dismiss everything you know about me and my reputation and stuff.
Yeah, I like it. It's you know, I'm a fan. Batman, Superman. You know, if you look in the background, whenever I drop some stuff, you can see they're there. Again, it's the heroes that we grew up with, right? So, well, I don't know what some of you. Some of the stuff hasn't quite been up to par, if you will, in some instances. So, let's see. What do we have next? Right, this one's... Okay, so we're back over of Calvin and Hobbes. Again, it's upside down for you, but I will throw a few more on there in just a second. Again, I really think that one is pretty... There's a really cool one at the bottom that I'm kind of waiting on. There you go. So take this one out. Yeah. Along with that.
Yaki is almost one-tricking this Tracer. Zen and Bat both don't do a very good job at dealing with the Tracer. It's kind of a Shad move to try and play this. It's very greedy. They're playing without the armor packs. They're playing without the...
I really thought...
This is giving Yaki the freedom
You know, I've got a friend that has a tattoo of Calvin and Hobbes. And then growing up, I was a big fan of Calvin and Hobbes. So, and in the background, I don't know if you can see it. I'll drop the, I'll switch the camera view over here just a second. After I managed to get yet another 11 by 17 print into a book that is bending while I try to do this. I know at one point in time when I was doing this, it was easier. Or maybe I was just better at it. Could be either. But there was a trick to it at one point. There we go. And I can't remember if taking out the thing that's like on the inside, like sliding that up helps or not. I just can't remember. We got to put the notes in. So let me see if we can find it here. When age Calvin that, you can see when he's showing his older. So, yeah, you know, it does look like he's a little bit, like almost older, and thinking back to Hobbes, right? But Hobbes was always kind of this imaginary friend, you know, a teddy bear or a teddy tiger of sorts. But you know, he wasn't there. So let's see if we can hide the cat cam. So I know the light's in the way; it's pretty bright. But if you look right over here, is actually that's a whole collection of Calvin and Hobbes books. So there are, it's 4 books. It's the complete Calvin Hobbes collection. And my mom found that, and she knew I liked Calvin Hobbes, and sent it to me. So thank you, Mom, if you're watching. Definitely appreciate it. So. So I almost expect Yaki to go more towards the end. All right. So let's put some more on top here again. The one at the very bottom on here, I'm kind of waiting to show you. I think it's worth the wait. What else we got in here? Okay. These are cool. I'm gonna try not to break anything while I'm doing this. Oh. All right. Hopefully this isn't too tall. We got another 4 we're gonna put up. And then I'll move Calvin out of the way. So, for those that are Disney fans, we've got Figment. So, that is Figment from the Journey to Imagination. That particular ride has, it's only held up so well over the course of time. We ride every time we go. But he is a staple. There's a Funko Pop I don't have it yet of him. But he's been a staple over in Epcot. And it was a character. The idea was this. It was a figment of your imagination. So his name is Figment because he's a figment of your imagination. And he's got all these kind of quirky features about him. But look, it was Disney. They know how to do things, right? We're gonna buy it, right? As kids, you know, you get your Figment stuffed animal, Figment ears they would have out there. But yeah, so it was pretty cool. I don't think they did a lot with him in any of the animation. I think they primarily used him at the theme park. And again, he's still kind of there. It's just the ride itself hasn't necessarily, you know, it hasn't been updated. In fact, I think it's in the portion of Epcot where they're going to be redoing, or possibly already constructing new in that area to upgrade to something else. So I hope that they keep some Figment around. You know, the memory of, you know, this great character that they had at the time. And now the next one of the best heroes in Overwatch. I mean, if you don't have at least 75 hours on this hero, do you even play? You know, the one, the only, it's May. Looks a little different in game. So this particular one, again, Figment, we've got a signature here. And then on May, there's also a signature there. So there's an artist, when I was going through, this was, I think, one of the first Overwatch ones that I found. It was I'm going table to table to table and couldn't find any. Found this one, and I've got a Widow from the same artist. And the artist, yes, I agree, will draw some things a little risque. And so that's just that artist style. But this is May. If she was, I don't know, if she'd lived in the area I live in now, you know, kind of dressed a little risque at times instead of being up in the Antarctic. She does have Snowball. That's on her top right. It's her left is where Snowball's at. I'm not sure how it's coming across on the video, but that's where it is for my eyes. And again, we will continue to struggle putting these away. But it's good. Once they go in, we don't have to take them back out. So, we've got May, one of the best heroes in the game. Alright, let's see what's next. Oh, okay. This one's cool. I got this one at, I know I got this at Treasure Coast convention. And Treasure Coast down here was the first year that they ran the convention. I think they did it for 2 years. I didn't make the second year. But they had it there, and as you can see, it is a bunch of the Ewoks on top of each other to do a high five with Chewie after they have destroyed a bunch of the stormtroopers. So if you Star Wars fans, you know, or just Chewie fans, or Ewok fans, we got you covered. If you are a Stormtrooper fan, I apologize and should have warned you to look away. So, here we go.
After the first half of this series, in which unreal scenes, by the way, the Florida Mayhem not only get their first map victory against the Atlanta Raiders this season, but get two of them back to back. That means there was no loss in between them. It was a win and then a win.
There we go.
His trash talk went from looking like he didn't want to talk trash to it's stone cold now.
Yeah, that's right. Here's what I want to know.
All right.
Trash talk,
So, next up, this one is actually really fun. So it's Florida SuperCon. So this was July 12 to 15, 2018. I had gone to a baseball game, went to a Florida Marlins game, and with that, you got a free ticket to go to SuperCon. And at first, I was kind of torn if I was going to go to SuperCon or not. It wasn't that long after MegaCon, and yeah, I'd spent some money at MegaCon as well. Oh, real cool. And real quick, the artist actually signed the back of this particular one. So, went to SuperCon, and it was great. There was the voice actors for Overwatch were there. They actually, it was a convention that had beverages for sale on the vendor floor. We'll just say beverages to keep it on that side, but I think you know what I mean. And so I participated in an Overwatch tournament, but that was so late in the day. I did not know that you could bring your own gear. So I walked, I don't know, a couple blocks to like a CVS to pick up a horrible headset. So I had to have ears for the tournament. You know, mixing that in with the whole day on the on the floor, buying art, going to stuff. But the voice actors that were there, that was really cool to be able to see some of them. And then there was also a separate panel just with the artist for Genji, the voice actor for Genji, was in that. We kind of hear from him and stuff. It's just a neat thing. But this was actually just a default flyer that they had. So it's not even really supposed to be, I guess, art, if you will. It's just what they had as their own promotional prints. And if you look through it, there's all types of different like heroes and stuff on there. Well, heroes, characters. You know, you've got like a Sombra here. There's May, and so it was really cool that they had some Overwatch characters. You got Flash, Batman, Spider-Man, Skeletor. You got the Hulk. You got Big Bird, and then if you look Kermit, there's actually a hand underneath Kermit. You can see the arm. So I think that's pretty sweet. They did that. So I'm moving this one down here because I'm going to have to turn everything so you can see it. Alright. we'll keep the, let's see. That's that one. Yeah. Got a couple Overwatch ones that we'll look at the same time. So the next one we will do. So Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy. I just thought that was pretty cool. It was when the movie, I think right around the time the movie came out or something like that, and it was the second one that came out. And you know, I wanted to get something for it, and for whatever it was, I think it was, you know, buy X number of prints, you get, you know, whatever, certain value. And I ended up picking that one up as kind of a +1 with it. But I thought it had a lot of good color. Obviously, the characters don't exactly look like their movie counterparts. You know, Groot does a fair job. Rocket does. Drax looks a little more... not quite, you know, the same way that Bautista looks. You know, Gamora, and then obviously that doesn't look anything like Chris Pratt, in my opinion. But for the characters themselves, I think it's a really good job. And again, I partially got it because I thought the colors popped on it. And wow, we are crushing this map right now. So Mayhem are on a So we're on the defense, point B, and it's looking good. So the next one that we've got here, we're going to turn it to the side, because it has to be turned that way so you can see it. The greatest of all time. Again, I've got the artist signature on there. I actually stopped at the booth specifically because of this. There's this, and there was another piece. It's actually the last one on here that I want to show you. And I may show you last anyways. But I just, you know, Muhammad Ali, you know, greatest of all time. He's a trash talker, but it wasn't, you know, I feel like you say trash talking, but is it if it's backed up? He's a guy who had a set of values, and you know, he didn't believe in the war, so he protested with that, and he lost a heavyweight belt, and he ended up getting it back afterwards. But you know, somebody who's an iconic figure. Look, some may agree or not agree with what he did at the time. You know, a lot of people now would just agree to, because it's easier to agree than not. This digital or hand drawn? Tough to say. I don't think it's probably. It's probably digital. Some of it just almost looks too clean, right? The way like the black is on there, so maybe it was kind of superposed over the top. I did not ask her. It's actually a female that drew it. But yeah, I just think it is. It's really cool, and the really cool thing too is that obviously he's fighting Superman, right? So you've got Muhammad Ali versus Superman, and in this particular instance, looks like Muhammad Ali is winning. So yeah, Mindy Wheeler is on there, and again, you know, we've got the signatures on the side. So the next one is of course upside down, but we'll turn it this way. I got some more on the floor that we're going to look at next. But this is Batman Through the Years. So it's Batman Through the Years. I thought this one was pretty cool. I think that was probably signed on the back. And I believe it's the same artist that had the Ewoks doing the high five with Chewie. So I thought this one looked, you know, really cool again. It was a Batman one. And a buddy of mine usually, like, he would wear the Batman stuff, and I would wear Superman shirts because he had more Batman stuff. And yeah, I don't want to be all matchy with them, but I do have some Batman apparel as well. But the fact that this one had all of the different versions of Batman kind of throughout the years to give props to, everything from the screen to the from the big screen to the small screen to the comic books. I thought it was super neat. And again, you've got some of the different versions of Batman in there. But yeah, it doesn't have a. Let's see, like the tick or it doesn't have a. You know, some of those versions now. There's like a million more. I'm Batman. Oh, that's great. Those are on Twitch. If you're watching right now, Vass just said I'm Batman, which is one of the things that when we're playing Overwatch, we'll just be saying that for the only reason to say it, of course, is because we are Batman, but also because it makes us laugh. So, all right. So yeah, keeping the hands dry. Don't want to mess up anything there. So let's see, which way is that one facing? We've got that one looks cool. That one looks cool. I mean, of course, I think they all look cool. Oh, this is one of them. That's one I like. Okay. So I lied. The one that's at the. We will get through to that one, and then I will show you the last two. That have a little additional meaning for me. So again, there's a tracer for you. Look, a lot of the people that shop at the cons are gentlemen, and some of the art is drawn in a way to try to attract gentlemanly attention. And yeah, so this is the Batman one, if you remember. He signed the other one as well on the back. So, all right. We're about to take this Florida Mayhem. Yeah. That's right. We 3-0'd it. Oh, I guess we didn't throw it. I think we took it to overtime or whatever. I think. Yeah. All right, so now we're on defense. They've got like 2 minutes. Yeah. So this tracer here, I think that's a pretty cool looking tracer on that side. Again, this one signed as well. And then we've got Junkrat, right? The gold gun Junkrat. His gun's not gold there, but it is if I'm playing him. I thought Junkrat looked pretty neat. It was a character that, at the time, I was playing a lot of. Farah is obviously a character I think I've got the most time on, Farah Soldier Lucio. But with that, Junkrat, out the gate, I think he's a fun character to play. You can do some splash damage with him. He definitely was a little bit stronger at one point. But still a really good character. And again, I went specifically when I was in the vendor areas to look for Overwatch art. So. What did I call this one? Tracer Body. MegaCon 2017. So, put the Tracer into the text there. And so, thank y'all for those that are joining in. Right now, I've got the Mayhem versus the Atlanta Reign that's playing. I'm watching that, and then I am taking some of my artwork out of frames and putting it into a portfolio. A little easier to carry around. I did not draw any of this, by the way. None of this is Lewis originals. These are all prints and such that I have picked up. That I picked up from others. Let's see. So I don't know who won the first round, but so just looking at a thing there. Ah, okay. So that one's gone. So we got that. All right. Well, thought they would post that. So I got I'm in some auctions and stuff as well, but let's see. So I'm actually checking through to see. Yeah, so you didn't go live with that one yet. This one apparently went live, and then they didn't tag anyone on it. So I was going to watch what was happening there, but I didn't get to see it. So let's see. Huh? Nice. Alright, so it didn't make the next version of that auction, but this is Junkrat now. Next one up, it's Diva. So this is Diva. Obviously, she's got her mecha, mobile exoskeleton, Korean arms. For those that didn't know what mecha stood for, love Diva. So I thought this one looked pretty cool because there's a portion stuff you can find where it's her like in the mech itself. Auction's calling that now. Well, actually, there was an auction on today. That's why I said that. But it's a waff. It's a waff. It's a waffle. And that is with a W. Those that think I'm just saying it incorrectly. No, you're saying it incorrectly. It's a waffle. Yeah, by the way, man, I've got some stuff coming in the mail. Oh, I had some really good day yesterday. In fact, at one point, I thought I was having a little bit of a bad day because I missed out on a WAF that I was... it was a continuous one where you kind of earn points and stuff to get the big prize at the end. And so while I was waiting for that one to come back up again, I entered another one, and let's say it was good. It was good to do. So that was a really fun one. Yeah, so the WAFs. And what I'm gonna do when those are coming in, there's one that I already got that I'll show whenever I do the mystery box. So again, I think we are going to cut the stream and then come back in, so that way YouTube will actually splice it. And so we'll do that. We'll cut it maybe for like 3-4 minutes, and then come back in. And then I'll be opening up the 6 mystery ones, and then I'm going to show you a cool one that already came in that I won in a WAF with a W. Yeah. So next up, bam. So Guns and Ammo. So it's kind of like the Guns and Ammo magazine. And I thought there's several. I forgot when I went through last time. I showed some of the other ones that have kind of this periodical magazine cover look to them, and I think it's cool. The fact that an artist can take something and do it in a way they're not just doing the theme and the spoof of the characters. They're also doing it from, in this case, Guns and Ammo is a real magazine, but this is called the Arkham Asylum edition, and it's reloading for Gas and Guns Part 1. Harley's Revenge by Mindy Wheeler. If you remember, Mindy Wheeler was the same person that did the Muhammad Ali vs. Superman, the boxing one, the greatest ever. So between this and the Muhammad Ali one, those were the two that I was like, I have got to buy these today. Then take out the goons one by one, which obviously, right? That's kind of the goons almost always try to fight Batman one at a time. Arkham Asylum exclusive, inside the armory. So I just thought, it's Guns and Ammo. The color on it I thought was amazing. Just the interpretation of what it was. I think, the drawing of Harley. If you look, there's blood splatter right here. I don't know if it shows up very well. We'll kind of try to zoom in a little bit, but not just on her rear end, but but there's also there's blood splatter here and on her arm. So it's cool, and also it's one of the times that you're seeing Harley that doesn't, a lot of times you're going to see her with the, the red and blue. And this one, if you look, her hair is just all blonde on this particular one. Joker, again, he's got the gun. It's got all the cards there. There's no Joker card anywhere. But I think that one is super cool. So we've only got a couple left that I'm going to be taking out of frames today. And again, so all these were on my wall before. So, I got Bob there. So, these are the last two that we're going to take out of frameworks today. And this is Joker. I think it's Death of the Family. It's something like that. Now, of course, I'm drawing a blank on it. That one is Joker. Yeah, Death of the Family. A cool thing about this particular picture, one, it's one of the first pieces of art that I decided to buy, and I was not familiar with it with this particular Death of the Family thing. I just thought it was so gory and crazy with his face, right, being held on, and so I just thought that was insane. It's still to this day one of my favorites. And spoiler alert, I said it, so I can say the rest. Spoiler alert, one of the WAFs, with a W, one of the waffles, I won a Death in the Family Joker Funko Pop. So that one actually, I think it got delivered today. I didn't go pick it up yet. But we've got some other cool ones. I'm just going to kind of put those all together for a video on that. But so this one means a little bit. Again, the color just pops. So I think that part's amazing. Oh no, the rain just won. So now they're going to go to map 4. Oh, so we got to be careful of the reverse sweep. I thought we were doing really good there. All right, Dromo, final one. This one was not purchased. Drunken Mess Comedy Show. So this was a Drunken Mess Comedy tour. I was a participant on it. I was one of the features on the Drunken Mess Comedy tour, and this was some of our promotional material for it. And so, as you can see, it's Kaiser Sose there, and it's Kaiser Sose not included. So Alicia Reese, Mike Hurley, Mike Tafkar, and then myself, Lewis Martin. The reservation's on there, and that place still exists. It's in Orlando, the place where we did that particular show. And yeah, so that's got some meaning to me. As a flyer, and I had it just boxed up for a long time. And then finally had the opportunity, again with the 11x17. This one actually, though, I'm not taking out of the frame. So this one, this is going to go on the wall in the house. I don't know where. Probably in the hallway or something. It's something I was really proud of. We sold the show out, right? So they don't always sell the show out at this particular theater. They primarily they'll do it's called Sluice Mystery Theater, this particular venue, and then they also do comedy there. And as the mystery theater part, it's dinner and a theater and a show, and you solve a mystery. But then the comedy side of it, it's not called Sluice Comedy Store. But we did well. We drew a crowd, packed. We actually had somebody else that came up, a friend of ours, and we're like, yeah, if you want to do some time. And then he, when you're doing comedy or if you're doing any type of stage thing, they'll shine usually a light somewhere, and so you're looking back of the room. They flash a light, and that kind of gives you a wrap it up type of signal. And he just acted like he never saw the light. And it's difficult because you don't want this confrontation of somebody going up on stage going like, you got to get off the stage. So he was up there. It took way longer than he kind of should have, but it was fun. He went up there. Alicia's actually was in the area. Hurley, I'm trying to remember. I think he hosted. I think Alicia was actually kind of, you want to call it, kind of the headliner for it because it was her area. But Tapcar went up. But yeah, so I was there, and it was a great show. We did. There were some people that walked. Tapcar was doing part of his bits or his material, and a couple people were. Some of his stuff could be a little edgy. A couple people didn't care for it, and we were perfectly fine with that because they left, and I was on stage next, and So the people that were behind them were like, well, that's a better seat. I'm going to move up. I called the people out on the fact they were moving up, but I called them out just that. I was like, yeah, come on up. Yeah. Forget them. They can't take a joke, whatever. You come up, you take their seats. It'll be great. So it was a really, really good show. This is staying in the frame. This is going up. Somewhere here in the house. Probably not in the office, but I'll put it out. I don't have very many pictures of me around. Let people know I live here. So, yeah. So right now we got, we're back over to Overwatch. We are up right now 2 maps to 1. It is best, first to 3. We do not want it to go to a 5, right? Let's just win it here. Let's take down this next map, call it a day, and have some fun with it, right? So we're just gonna kind of enjoy things. I don't know again if you can hear, but I'm trying to think what else we've got. What else we got in the box? What's in the box? Definitely a lot of frames. Got another big piece of art over here that I don't remember which one it is. Oh, yeah, that's a cool one. I don't know if it's going to show well on the camera though. I've got a couple that are not led by 17. So for those, they just don't show as well. But let's see if we can go here and just maybe Overwatch League will actually play at the same time. For some reason, it was trying not to play on the computer. So it says live now. So of course the commercials are going to play perfectly fine, right? So we just got to kind of wait for it to catch up here. There we go. Yeah. So we've got this light. We're going to cut this light off again. It's a bit loud. It's a bit bright right on that side. It does great for serving its purpose, but so we're going to try to speed this up, see if we can catch up to where we're at. By the way, that's a YouTube trick. If you can speed it up, a lot of times it'll catch up to where you need to be. Again, so my audio there is a little bit down, so we will crank up this audio here. All right, so we've got. OBS. Okay, so we've got. Restream chat. Let's move this over here. Nice. We need BKB to keep popping off. That would be solid. What do we got here?
Just trying to keep them as healthy, but you're really waiting for that Widowmaker to get a pick, allowing the Widow to then switch their targets from maybe the opposing Widow to start working down the shields and the tanks. That's when you can start to get some of that advantage, right? Defense, it's much harder, I think, for Baby Bay. Like, there's so much area in that back defensive spot. The Gear of 4.8 to be able to get these pickoffs. Like, there's just a lot of areas Baby Bay has to look and be careful about.
Yeah, I don't know if you see it. It's if it looks like it's kind of laggy a little bit on the screen, it just is. That's how it's laggy for me right now. So, oh, get him! There it is. Nice. See what Fate can do. Gargoyle playing an off angle admirably here and causing a lot of problems from behind. All right, so it's round 2 there. Yeah, so we got a couple fun things happening.
Backing him up, getting to the cart, Fate comes back, and he'll be able to stabilize here for the Florida Mayhem. So they'll get a second hold.
Let's see.
Now everybody comes back, and they do have some ultimates to work with this. Wallace was used during that fight by BQB.
Yes, right now, man. If we can hold them before point, at point 1, this would be a strong hold.
Still trying to work towards some of their keys.
This would be great.
At the very least, so maybe they get early vision on BQB. Makes it kind of hard for him to get anything done. But now he turns his attention to the main fight, just trying to tear strips off.
Yeah, this should be painful for him.
Brought down, still not a big deal for him with the Transcendence waiting. He's sort of like jumping into the big burly arms.
But you lose your second shield, so you lose Hog. So it's going to be very difficult to continue to push through. They use an Amp Matrix, which is going to buy them some space. That forces Florida Mayhem to back up. But Florida, they're able to hold on to both of their support ults here.
Yeah, I mean, you're still able to... You're protecting the cart right there.
In 2020, in this economy, all right, I'm good with it.
I think maybe we go...
I don't know,
There we go, yeah. So we'll do display one. We're going to do it this way. Yeah, I know my lamp's in the way right here. We can actually... I don't know if cutting this one off is going to help or hurt. Alright, not bad. We'll turn on the overhead. Damn, we got lights everywhere. I have 2 lights on the desk. It's like an airplane. You got a light over here, light over here. You got 2 lights on this side. You got a light up top. Those are the exits. So, all right. So yeah, we are. Yeah, I don't know why they got off that view though. Oh come on, get Edison out of there. Oh, all right, Baby down. Come on, BQB. All right, so we got a couple there. Come on, they killed another one. You have an Orisa left. Stronghold right there. Look at that clean line. Clean line. The beard's coming in. I rocked a beard a little while back, so just rocking it again. Don't be jealous if you can't grow a beard. It's only so cool. So, killing me all game. Oh, yeah, Yaki's just he's unreal. No, he's not unreal. He's Yaki. So. Oh, yeah. So we kill each other at the this map. So. Alright, so this will be interesting. So right now, you know, Junkertown, yeah, holding point 1, point A, that is tough to do a full hold there. So again, you don't even have to get to the door. And this is done. The clean line Lou. Represent. Hashtag clean line. Says that. And now I'm going to be on the soundboard. I'm okay with that. So, I'm just glad that none of you all heard me trying to play trombone earlier. It was less good. We're just out of practice on it. Never. I don't know if you heard that. She yelled that it was awful. I agree. Don't know if we had to yell it, but fun times. Oh, so this is where yeah, there's stuff happening. We just can't see it on this screen. I can see it on the other screen. There we go. So it's going to sound like it's messed up a little bit here because we're just trying to speed to catch up to the action. I'm way ahead on the phone right now. Let's do reset. That's a problem, right? So, oh, good. Yes, YouTube, please help me learn how to do something. All right, and I think we should be caught up here. Roughly, it's tough to say. My phone's playing it just fine, so you know, go internet. Show would be nice if we could watch something. All right, so they are. I can tell you right now. I know we can't see it on the screen, but they are closing in. They are. They're at the spot right there. That's match. Sorry, y'all. It was that quick. Hey, look at that. Florida Mayhem win. There you go.
The rest of it was cut sadly short by the Mayhem, who look to be dominant. And so not only with their first map wins against the Rain, they have a big match win against them here. And the Florida Mayhem and to the
solid victory.
They're giving it the dog man as well. Fate type GG losers. You know what though?
Yeah. So that was in the
I don't want Dogman ever feel deterred that he can't come in.
in the chat. I don't know if I'll see if I can pause it on here. Because let's face it,
Easy to kind of joke.
it's only going to show up so well with the way that the screen's going on.
Breaking ball at that time.
So it was right after the
King and BKB never really got to have a Widow duel.
right after the win.
Constantly running
Let's see.
in Baby's direction and trying to pressure that enemy.
Maybe he comes.
All right, so you'll see right here. If you look right in this corner, kind of GG Rose,
Unreal respect. Baby is time to
GG man.
YOLO in chat as he jumps down to the car.
Good game, well played. GG's loser, loser.
You only
GG.
live once. You only got one life.
loser.
And
Yeah,
the rest of
they're
them
all
standing short by the
calling
Mayhem, who look
calling him a
to be
loser.
dominant. And so not only with
Yeah.
their first
So for
two
those that
matches against the Reign, they have a big match win against them
those
here.
that are not familiar with
Mayhem and
the league and stuff like that, a lot of these guys all know each other. It's some friendly ribbing for the most part. So good times. I tell you what, so we're gonna cut this stream here. We're gonna take maybe 5-10 minutes, and I'll start up a new stream. Now that the Mayhem have won, the Mayhem. So I'm just gonna take care of a few things here. We'll get things set up, and we will do the mystery unboxing. So yeah, keep an eye on the clock, but probably about 6:35 we'll run it. Until then, thanks for watching the Coach Lou. You can find it on Instagram. You can also find the Coach Lou over on Twitch if you're watching it there, on YouTube if you're watching it there, on Mixer whenever my system with Restream wants to go to it. Otherwise, we maybe drop a Mixer if it stops working. But thank you all so much. Appreciate it, and we'll be back.